So if we start looking at the partner solutions, you can divide it under a number of different dimensions. Those that are really designed for formal contact centers, those over toward the right, versus those that are more informally designed. How many agents can they support? How comprehensive is the functionality that they provide? Some of them have very specialized capabilities. Again, some rather unique ideas that they bring to the table that may be very appropriate for a particular organization. And then finally, there's sort of this issue of how do we inter-network with Lync? How do we work with it? And there fundamentally are two kinds of approaches, but what's interesting is there are two kinds of approaches 2 years ago, and now there's sort of two kinds of approaches with a number of different variants and a number of variations. And so we're going to explore these with our panel here in just a few minutes. So if we look at sort of number of agents on this scale and feature richness and complexity on this scale, in general, let me say this. Those partners that are coming at this from being established contact center solution providers, they had their own business, they had their own companies, they basically were selling solutions out on their own, independent of anything Microsoft did. They tend to be more feature rich on this side. They span a pretty broad sense and number of agents that they'll support. Some of the newer solution providers that are coming along tend to be more in this side of the space. And again, this is all generalized. There are exceptions, and many of them, to each one of these statements. But what's really interesting is that the integration or the inter-networking capability tends to be what we call connected for these companies that are down in this area, and tends to be, I'm sorry, I did that backwards, tends to be connected with the companies up here in the blue, and tends to be sort of natively tied into the Lync solutions over here.
Okay, yeah, so I'm Chris from ComputerTalk. Yeah, I mean, I've only got a couple of slides on here. I kind of got asked, Don asked if we could talk a little bit about what it means, like what the distinction between native and connected contact centers are. And actually, I like that connected term. I've been kind of looking for the right word to describe that. But the short bit, yeah, ComputerTalk. We've been we kind of fit in the chart earlier. We're kind of in that blue bubble that we were. We've had a contact center solution for about the last 25 years, but we've kind of gone and taken a full bet on Lync and gone pretty much fully native on that platform. So what that meant is, the platform we had before, we were able to basically rip the media layer out and plug in Lync, and now we're sitting right inside there. So this is just a diagram that kind of shows a high-level architecture of what we kind of mean when we say Lync Native. And this is kind of an important distinction. Is if you see on there, you've got your you got your typical Lync server stuff there, and you got a bunch of application server pieces. Sure. One more hand. So you got your telephony that comes in through your gateway, Lync mediation, Lync front end, but all the application servers here, this is all native inside the Lync topology. So you load up the Lync topology builder, you see a CS trusted application pool under the trusted application servers. That's all where those pieces live. And I guess the question is why is that important? So a couple of reasons. The biggest one is interop. Like by taking this bet on Lync, people always ask, well, can you interop with this PBX? Or I'm trying to move from this platform to this platform. Do you work with Federation? Do you work with Skype? And we just say yes to all of it because we're part of Lync. So when you like with ICE, for example, when you contact our contact center, it's a Lync endpoint. So you assign a DID in Lync, you call it through Lync, and that means that if I can reach your Lync users through Federation, you can reach your contact center. So if you're partnering with somebody and you want to be able to do link-to-link calls and that, we get all that interop. So that's important for PSTN. That's important for Federation. It's important for modalities. So again, we support web chat, IM. All that's native through Lync. So agents handle IMs on their Lync client, same way they handle, an ACD IM looks no different than a peer-to-peer IM, except it's coming from a bot. So it's using the technology base that we've already got, which means that as Microsoft is rolling out new capabilities, it's things we can just start taking advantage of. So Skype is a good example. As soon as Skype Federation rolled out, now we all of a sudden have Skype voice support and Skype IM support. So that's all stuff that's been built in by having that strong interop position within the topology. Well, given that that doesn't work yet, but once that gets turned on, again, Skype video is just going to be one of those things we'll be able to plug in, and it's just going to work. App sharing in Skype is going to be another one. They don't support that yet, but when they do. So unified management is another big one. I'm going to flip back there. There's only one set of trunks coming in there. There's only one set of SBCs. There's one set of gateways. So rather than having another telephony platform that has to sit outside of your Lync topology, everything's managed in the same spots. That means all your DIDs. If you want DIDs that go to the contact center, it's managed through Lync. DIDs that agent accounts are managed through Lync. Everything is one set of telephony parameters, one set of stuff to deal with. Working through migrations, that's a big one that people come up with. We run into a lot of people that have deployed. They've got Lync, they've got IMP, they've still got their PBX, and they want to have, say, part of their contact center move over. They want to pilot part of it. So, again, if Lync can reach it, ICE can reach it. So having a native contact center solution means that we can log in agents on other platforms that Lync can connect to. So again, taking that bet on Lync means that we don't have to go in and interop test with every platform under the sun. We let the Microsoft people do that because they have more time than we do. So we can spend our time building better features. Again, being inside the mediation server means we're not taking a mediation hit on every call. So things that are inside Lync stay inside Lync. Support for media bypass. Again, our entire workflow engine, like all of our IVR builder, speech rec and TTS, all of our IVR is based on UCMA. We've got a nice graphical editor for it, so don't actually have to go in and write code. But one of the nice things about that is we get basically free speech rec and text-to-speech. UCMA does it, works inside a Lync, works in the contact center. And last one up there, just Lync presence. Again, being a member of that topology, we've got access to everybody's Lync presence, as well as our contact center presence, which are not always the same thing. That's something we've run into. Is a lot of times people want different states. They want to be online for the enterprise, but they're busy in the contact center. So, we've got ways. We can have those two separate states. We can keep them synchronized. We have a rules engine that can do that. That can manipulate one with the other. So that's actually something we found that comes up a lot with. We talk about the expert assist scenario and reaching outside of the contact center to somebody else in the enterprise who may not have, an agent desktop tool. They may not have a contact center presence. They might not even know they're an agent. But we know that we know, hey, their Lync presence says they're available. I can read them a contact. Then when they're on that contact, I make them busy in the contact center. So, having that visibility into not only see but manipulate presence in Lync is really powerful.